elegant reliquary containing a holy relic, the robes of the Buddha. Okay, so that's exactly what it is. And then we've got some books. These are all no, they're not identical statistically. So they all give 0.5 piety per month and a renown bonus of 5% and +3 to court grandeur. But this bottom one gives vassal opinion, this middle one gives monthly learning lifestyle experience, and the top one gives maximum sway schemes. Well, the most important, clearly, is going to be the lifestyle experience. And then we got room for one more book over here. We don't really have very many vassals, but it might still be nice to get the +4 opinion bonus. Because I don't think we're going to be swaying simultaneously. I don't know. Maybe swaying 2 at a time is going to be more useful. You know what? Let's do that. So we have a third book, but we don't have room to display it, unfortunately. Now, we can take a look at our court grandeur here. So currently our grandeur is a 12, but our baseline is a 29 because of all the modifiers we got there. So our court grandeur is going to drift towards our baseline of 29. So that's what you do. You do things that change your baseline, and then the current grandeur drifts towards that. And as it goes and improves, we're going to get different effects. So currently right now, we do have grandeur level 1. Inspired characters will arrive at court more frequently. I believe the inspired characters are the ones who make artifacts for you. If we get to level 2, which will happen, we can bestow a royal favor on a counselor. And level 3, we'll get manage royal guards counselor task. So that's good. And we're actually not too far from level 4 if we can get a few more modifiers. Courtiers and guest opinion +15 is really nice. Now, there are a bunch of amenities that we can use to also increase our grandeur. These do cost some money, right? So we can have like certain fashion standards in the court and fashion that we supply to our visitors. Basically, make sure everyone's really dressed up. And, we can go all the way and max this out, but it will cost more money for our maintenance over here. We're not sitting on a ton of income right now, although we can certainly afford some of this. I don't know. Knee issues. At least it's padded here, but yeah, kneeling is really bad for you. Now we can choose the vibe of our court. Currently we have a scholarly court over here. We could also go to administrative court, which is better for, building buildings faster. But I don't know, scholarly sounds kind of cool. Does cost prestige to switch. If we get to level 7, we get more lifestyle experience. I believe that's everyone in the court too, I'm not sure. And you can also choose the official language of our court. We are going to keep it with Sinhalese because that is the language that we speak here. So, and the other thing we can do with the court is on this first tab, we can hold court, and people will come to us with their issues for us to try to solve. I'm going to wait a scooch before we hit that button, but yeah, and there's a photo mode too, which is nice to have. Okay, so that's resolved over there. Yes, we can hold court soon. We will. Court position, family members get married. Oh, my player heir is already working on that. My half-brother. Sure, we'll just... Half-brother, but you're in the house. Here, let's... I might want to save this. Hang on. Let me make sure all of our marriages get resolved before we go and start anything over there. Both for me and my my heir. I think we could probably unpause right now. Let the game just start trickling on. There we go. Excellent. Our own spouses aren't super keen on us for some reason. Now, they don't like that I'm gluttonous, because it is a sin in the religion and everything. And there's also some religious differences, which is too bad. Yeah, these are Hindu and Jainist. Although this is a Jainist I'm quite tempted to do. I mean, we could flip to her religion. Become Yapaniya Jainists, which would give us access to... That's interesting. If I do it this way, it doesn't cost me any piety. Because if we were to convert over here, when we pick another faith, it costs us piety based on the differences. It depends on what it is, but it's quite expensive. I know, I would lose the Buddha robe bonus. But, maybe we can get Jainist artifacts instead. Oh, did the book only increase the learning? Oh, learning lifestyle experience. Yeah, so only if we're in the learning lifestyle will that have any impact. That's true. I'm not sure. We have an event at court. This is their first one. Finger bones of Maharaja. A peddler in a cloak with dozens of baubles and knickknacks sewn onto it rattles up to me. My lord, I have an artifact of grand illusion with which you may convince all you possess magical power. She brandishes a colorful fabric worm on a very thin string. It appears dormant at first, but by manipulating the thread, one can affect the illusion the worm has come to life. Think of how this will impress the ladies at court. So it's a little bit of yarn on a string. So I will not play the Puppet Master. I'd actually gain some piety from that, or I do enjoy wriggling. Gain a worm on a string artifact. Every child in your court gains 10 opinion of you. The fabric worm loves us. Take it? Alright, I do enjoy some wriggling. Done. Now, is that a personal artifact? It is. I have a worm on a string. It lowers attraction opinion. Apparently the ladies are not impressed by my worm. So I can choose to equip it or not. I could give it to a gift to someone. I'd probably be really good for boosting their relationship. Oh. How it's starting Stellaris too. Part of commanding an army means making sure my soldiers have plenty of food, drink, and camp gear for long campaigns. To this end, I should have come up with a plan for ensuring my soldiers always have the supplies they need on the field. So I can arrange a network of merchants to help me. I'm shy? That is the worst trait in the game. Although, I started to sway. When you were shy, sway used to cause stress, didn't it? Did they remove that to make shy less, like, horrible? Because I'm sure swaying used to generate stress for shy characters. So if we do this, I mean, you know, 75% chance of success, supply capacity, experience. We could spend gold. I'd rather not do that. Or my soldiers can forage for their own supplies, accustomed to foraging. Oh. Yeah, we'll just do this. It's going to be fine. So yeah, we do have some new court positions we could enact. I love the return of, like, Master of the Horse and things like that. I always loved bestowing those side titles in CK2. I'm really happy that's back. Oh, I like the extra little warning here. Powerful agent and hostile schemes against you. A reminder that your court physician should really be someone that likes you. Well, this is quite interesting. This new screen is great. Sorted by aptitude. My wife over here actually doesn't hate me. It would be nice if she liked me a little bit more. But she does have an 18 learning, which is pretty good. Callous, humble, patient, robust. That's not the the possessed wife either. All right, let's make her a court physician. And yeah, hopefully the aptitude will go up as she actually gets the medical trait. There's this little warning. If you choose to revoke the position later, it'll cost you. No, this is fine. We'll appoint that. Now, Antiquarian effects vary based on aptitude. Artifact decay reduction. Because your artifacts do decay over time. Enables you to reforge or repair artifacts. Unlocks a commission artifact. So there's a salary listed here. Now, I don't think that used to be the case. I think for the court physician, you would pay money to make them court physician, but I think there was no constant cost. So that's quite cool. Should put in the sway artifact, start swaying multiple wives. Well, we did run the sway artifact, actually. So I will go ahead and I'm going to start a sway on this wife first. Since I want to make sure that if we're sick and she's got a scalpel, we don't get hurt too badly. Wow, court tutor's very expensive. But I love learn languages. By the way, now your characters can learn multiple languages. So by default, I don't know where the languages are listed. By default, you do know the language of your culture. So we are Sinhala, so we speak the Sinhalese language. I was remembering trying to look at this, and I thought I found it, but I've since forgotten where it says what languages you yourself speak. Languages weren't a factor in the game. There was just cultural differences, which is one way to represent it. But you can learn languages. You don't think I can speak to any of my wives? Oh shit! I'm gonna have to start learning their language, which is a scheme, which cancels some other things. Yeah, wow. It's okay. It's all right, everyone, because we speak the language of love. I'm going to let some of the sways go by, and then we're going to try to learn some of these languages. Languages are shown as lips when you know more than one. So we'll see a little lips somewhere over here once we know a second language. Okay, good to know. I like the royal food taster over here. And yeah, master of the horse. Knight effectiveness goes up. Oh, grandeur goes up as well. Same thing with master of the hunt. You get those grandeur bonuses. Aids when using the hunt activity. So many roles. Court poet, musician, bodyguards, personal champion, executioner, artificer. Alright, we're going to leave those for now, because if nothing else, I might want to use the money to just improve my realm right now. Wouldn't want your physician to cut off your worm. The court Ursula and the Little Mermaid. Don't underestimate the power of body language. Oh, court event is possible. Hello! Why would you honor that doxy, Maharina Saineya, with the position at court? You mean my wife? And not me. So this guy's pissed that he doesn't have a position at court. First of all, like, she's my wife, so shut that up. Secondly, are you good at anything? I mean, you have no stats. I was gonna say, it is the voices here keep throwing me. If you're gonna jest like that, I should start paying you. I could appoint him as my court jester. He's a lowborn. I can make him cupbearer, which he would like, but I don't know, man. No, screw you. I'm gonna start forming a rivalry with this guy. He's one of my knights. I don't really care. He's even not even a good knight. Well, I mean, he's got 13 personal prowess. I guess it could be worse. We have to pay him though for the court gesture position. No, come off it. Out of curiosity, what does the gesture thing do? It's quite low down, wasn't it? Oh, it still boosts court grandeur and things. Possibility for stress-relieving events. Wow. Alright, let's hold court for the first time. Maybe I should have made him a jester. But it was gonna cost money, and I kind of want to improve my realm first. In order to be a successful ruler, I must actually rule on the various dilemmas and situations which arise within my sphere of influence. What I like about this DLC is it really does expand a lot of the sort of peacetime kind of activities and stuff, right? You know, expands ruling the kingdom in a way that we've often complained about for things like EU4 especially. Crusader Kings was okay at peace, because there were certainly some things to do. But with stuff like EU4 and things like that, is like, a lot of the gameplay really did come through the warfare. A lot of the times it felt with. But here, there's even more reason to just be happy with what you've got, which is cool. Alright, yes. By officially inviting all my subjects to travel to my castle and petition me for aid, I will be able to stay informed, sway the balance of power, and visibly show the world that I am in charge. So, by doing this, we will increase our court grandeur, and we will invite guests and subjects to petition me for assistance. So we can do this once every 5 years. Cost some prestige to run. Seems okay. Let's do it. I have no idea how this DLC works with multiplayer. I see what you're saying. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors to the hall. A stream of people file in, some lining up in front of my throne, while others move out of the way so they can simply observe the proceedings. After several moments, all movement in the chamber has ceased. All faces turn towards mine expectantly. In front of me, I count 3 petitioners lined up in an orderly row, waiting for me to call on them. Let's gesture for the first in line to approach. Spoiled for choice. Damapati Parukamabahu and Damapati Vebalia. So Damapati, those are the Baron titles. Jostle before me in the grip of some dispute. My lord, Paci-Fists, I have been seeking marriage with the radiant Barani for months, but Vebalia, the knave, has gone after her as well. Vebalia pipes up indignantly. That is pure nonsense, my liege. The abhorrent boar had not even heard of the woman until I introduced them in Lambakana. So I can say, you have my blessing, Parak. The Belia was there first. Or, I am the Maharaja, not a matchmaker. I'd like to note at this point, at no point does there appear to be an option to actually ask the lady what she's interested in. Where's the button to just keep her for myself? You know, because these people are jerkasses. So I can choose option 1, so someone marries them and likes me, the other person doesn't like me. Or vice versa, they're going to do rivalries for themselves. Or I can send the Maharaja, not a matchmaker. I would gain more court grandeur. I guess because it's really like, you know, I'm above it all kind of vibe. They are going to become each other's nemesis. And then they are going to have their own diplomacy challenge internally, and whoever wins gets to marry her. Consult the worm. What does the worm want? They should marry each other. Problem solved. I like that. I know, she has great stats. I'm like, can I just marry her? I'm going to go with option 3. Come on. First of all, I love the idea of getting the grandeur immediately. Hey, we're now level 3. Bingo bango. And she ended up marrying Vebilia. All right. Sorry I couldn't intervene in a better way there. Or give you any choice in the matter whatsoever. Civic rivalry. So, Vebilia, this guy who just married, well, I don't see the spouse here, which is interesting. Did you just not marry the girl? Are you a different Vebilia? Unlikely. Anyway, this guy, who has clearly been working himself up about something, greets me. My Maharaja, the dogs of Kadar-Gama think they're better than us, he spews, cracking their haughty jokes each market day. And then Damapati Bhuvanekabahu. Anyway, Bhuvi. The rattling bed swerver needs to be put in his place, and those Dembo fools made to respect Matale, the foremost Dama of the region. So now I gotta pick a town that is better. So one of them is gonna get a favored town thing. So they're about the same. Or stop this foolishness, where did it begin? Diplomacy challenge, which I literally can't win. It's a 100% chance to fail. Or bold words, you'll settle this with action. They're gonna duel! Neat. Or why waste my time with petty disputes? And then I just piss them off. You know what? We should just force them to duel. Hey, thanks for the bits! Great job with those names, you polyglot. Yeah, you know what? Fight, fight, fight! You guys are a couple of boneheads anyway. So Vebi, okay, so Vebi has won the girl and now the duel. For those keeping score at home. The man who approaches my throne is clearly a commoner, so this is our third petitioner. My lord, he begins his speech, I represent the local community of Anuradhapura. In the last, which is actually historically, at least according to Wikipedia, what the kingdom area tends to be referred to, as opposed to our particular dynasty. Anyway, in the last few months, our cemeteries have been plagued with disappearance of bodies. All have been dug up and left no trace. Vampires! Did I leave on the vampire mod? At first, we feared wild animals or obscure powers at work, but then your own court physician, Maharani Sanaya, was caught red-handed hauling the dead away for her experiments. Please put a stop to this blasphemy. My wife has been court physician for like a day and a half, and already she's going around digging up bodies. She's right there, literally on the throne. It's like, okay, studying the human body is a sad necessity. So this county will get a popular opinion penalty for encouraging grave robbing for 10 years. Although my wife will gain intrigue and learning lifestyle experience. Oh, and could gain the novice physician trait, although it's only 15% chance. Or guards, arrest the grave robber. I don't think we're going to do that. Although it would give them safe cemeteries, popular opinion. Or, Sanaya, just cut it off. It's going to piss her off, but give them the safe cemeteries. I think I'm just gonna tell her to just cut it out. I don't know. If it was a higher percentage chance, I'd take option 1. Support the wife? Number 1, everyone wants 1? Alright, number 1 it is. As the last petitioner departs, various courtiers follow them out of the room, having business to attend elsewhere. Others remain, talking amongst themselves about the recent proceedings. Soon the ceremonial formality of the proceedings have dropped away entirely, with the hum and bustle of normal courtly life taking its place. So this is my wife. It doesn't look like she got the physician trait, which is too bad. Oh, she will develop it on her own, though, through doing regular physician stuff, I think. So, done and done. We've held court. We'll get that pop-up again in 5 years. I don't know if we've got anything. It's interesting it says hold modest feast. Why does it always say modest? Is it because we're Buddhists? Is it rethemed? Order mass eviction. Send your guests packing. No secret lacks spare rooms here at the court. So every guest leaves your court. Huh. Requirement. Oh, because my lodge standard is lower, you have at least one guest. So we can recycle our guests, which are limited because of our lodgings. Ah. Oh, the feast as well is because of our amenity levels. Interesting. All right. Let's unpause. Keep the sway schemes going on. My chancellor has been hovering on my council meetings lately. Knowing his interest in the matter's leadership cannot help but feel the man is waiting for me to impress him. I could probably engage him in conversation. On the other hand, it might be better to simply better for him to simply see me interacting with my men. There's something at least to be said pretending to know every soldier's face. Let's discuss methods of communication, give me experience and boost opinion, or greet some recruits. So I still get the experience regardless. Respected figurehead is fine, but it's only 2 years. Let's improve our relationship with our chancellor here. That's going to be okay. Yeah, I know, and we're not going to lose stress from feast because we're shy, which is really, really disappointing. But we can still lose some stress from hunting, which is good. Lack of servants to drum out wildlife makes hunting harder and less prestigious if it goes poorly. Wow, we really will have to get some assistance for that. But before we do that, I want to go and I want to improve my realm. So we are located in Paci-Fists specifically. Well, we can just go over here. So this is... That makes sense? Yeah, kind of Paci-Fists. So Paci-Fists is the county, but the city itself is Anarudapura. And yeah, this is... Oh, special building. Oh, we could build a grand temple here. There's the duchy buildings, the special buildings. But yeah, let's start improving this a little bit once we get a little bit more cash. I think that's going to be a very sound investment. Yeah, I hold the entire kingdom directly. Just barely have enough domain strength over here. What's my son at? All right, he's military as well. Although no double-digit points at all is kind of disappointing. I love our 22 martial, but this one diplomacy really does suck. Yeah, and it does look like there is a land crossing over here, so we don't actually need to boat to get across here. Save up for the Grand Temple, it's really good. Okay, we can look into that. So yeah, the idea here is to do a little bit of sway, and then flip to language learning. Wow, it's called Adam's Bridge, huh? There's land bridge. That is sort of broken now, just the sea levels and things change, but there was definitely a sea bridge for a while. Second wife is pregnant. The Unstoppable Alexander. While studying the tactics of the ancient generals, I was astonished to learn about the exploits of Alexander the Great during his conquest of Mesopotamia. During the siege of Tyre, Alexander assaulted an island fortress by demolishing a nearby town and then using the rubble to build a causeway stretching from the mainland to the city's walls. This allowed his siege engines to attack the enemy fortress directly, though it was his navy which ultimately created a breach. Causeway was his great intrigue and great ingenuity. Okay, we can gain the military engineer trait, which is excellent because that increases siege speed. We can't raid, so the Reaver doesn't matter. No, let's do this, because if we do get into a fight, we actually should be really good at leading armies. Now, because we can't holy war, you know, our war declarations are less great. We do have the subjugation that is available if we had more fame, which we don't have currently. The other thing we could do is we could start fabricating claims, but that costs money. And right now we have so much land we directly control. I'm really quite eager to just develop our own land itself. Military engineer and organizer is best. Does it help us supply? There we go! We have our first child, a daughter. Now, for those of you who haven't done it yet, a lot of you have been doing it. If you do hashtag name in the chat, you will be entered into a draw to have your name be used for our children here in the game. So we're gonna do a first draw. Anyone can join in, although subscribers do have a boosted chance to win. And it's Dynalon! Dynalon is the very first family member. Welcome to the family, Dynalon. Happy to have you here. Sorry you don't have any genetic traits. That's the way she goes sometimes. Dun, dun, dun. Well, I mean, we don't really have like genetically strong spouses here, unfortunately. Just be lucky you're not possessed. All right. Now this is the wife who is intelligent. And a quick little daughter. Love it. Name number 2 is J Lass. So your username is J_Lass. I'm going to change this to J_Lass. So that it kind of looks like a name. J_Lass. The quick. Looks like the little worm worked. Okay, now we have enough money to start our buildings. No! J_Lass is sick! Damn it! Every fucking time! Damn it! So, what I'm going to build first is the farms and fields. And the reason is this. I did some reading on the kingdom here and this island. And it was, looks like it was very agricultural, this land. And in fact, many of the kings set up a lot of like aqueduct and waterworks and things like that to help bring water to the dry areas. There's cool diagrams in Wikipedia about how a lot of the villages were arranged with like sort of a water like tank system to slowly irrigate the crops and things like that. So it seems that like a farm-based mentality was definitely a big thing here. J_Lass, it was fun while it lasted. Oof, that was short and rough there, J_Lass. Well, you know what happened with these people? Like there was infant mortality is very high, and it was very common to reuse names. So we'll see about that. So we're going with farms and fields first, because I think it makes sense given the history of the area. It's also one of the things that gives us the most income turnaround right away. But I will be going to walls and towers fairly quickly as well, because I do hate to be sieged out quickly. Big pain in the butt. Need some better dynasty traits, yeah. Now, we do have a dynasty unlock available. And we are the head of the dynasty, which is great. Now, we do have some new stuff over here. Customs, language scholars. Increases the speed at which we learn languages, 20% faster. And we can learn an additional language without any penalties. And we gain extra cultural acceptance. That's quite cool. If we keep going up here, we get more languages, cultural fascination progress. So this is how we unlock technologies. Respected traditions. Celebrate other cultures' decision. That's fun. Hey, Wombat! Does the bribing for names things work? If yes, take this donation. I am incredibly corrupt, it is true. Keep that one in mind. Don't forget to start building supply depots, take forever to finish. Sounds like a Hoy reference. There are a lot of different cultures around here, that is true. I like the idea of learning languages faster. Even if all we do is take this first level, that sounds kind of nifty. I think I like that. We're going to take this first level so we can learn languages faster, which we are going to try to do fairly soon here. Going to let this first sway at least click through one time. Hopefully it'll succeed. We'll see. Quill would sell his soul for whiskey. I mean, we are running a government simulator, right? If we're not being corrupt, what kind of game are we playing? We should just be playing Tropico, really, is what we should be doing. Exotic arms. Along with strange goods, merchants bring tall tales from distant lands, unverifiable, full of wonder. A group of Tamil peddlers purport to have brought Egyptian, I like in quotes, Egyptian objects, said to have come from the faraway court of a great ruler, Sultan Ahmad of the Tulanid Sultanate, no less. Lukos, the leading trader, grins darkly. This unique weapon could be yours, for a special price, of course, great Maharaja. A likely yarn instead, indeed. I do have a little yarn worm already. If only I had some way to verify the hawker story. So fetch my current pair. So 105 gold, I will become the owner of Egyptian sword. Or, Cairo, what a tripe, out with you. There's no such thing as a Cairo. This would actually put me into debt. Not that it's the end of the world, because we're not currently in war, and we will come out of the debt pretty quick. I'm not sure it's worth the money currently for the weapon. I think I'd rather spend it improving the realm instead right now. And I like the idea of just, like, dismissing the concept of Cairo. Sword greater than debt. Swords are cool, though. For science buy. The thing is, the artifacts do have a lifespan, right? So they do decay over time. I mean, I can check this guy's stats. But we don't know anything about the sword. Presumably, it looks like it is going to give me a sword. We just have no idea what it is. You can repair them. Fix them. Not worth it. Chat's very divided. Hire the guy to reforge them. I'm going to skip on this. He's bad liar, look at the intrigue. Oh, so this must be true then. Is what you're saying. Tell you what, we'll run a poll. Where's the quick way to do the poll?
If I go over to my Steam dashboard, we're on a poll and see if people want us to get the sword or not.